Hi everyone, today we are going to learn how to create a top and datum corridor. To start with, you select your corridor, then you right click to you go to the corridor properties. It will pop up a dialog like this, which contain information, parameters, code, feature line, surface boundary, slope pattern. But for the creation of the top and datum corridor, we use these two, surface and the boundaries. So we start with the surface. You come here, create a corridor surface. We get a corridor surface. That corridor will name top corridor. You can name any name you want. The only important things you have to remember the name of the corridor, but because this is a top corridor, and I come here for the hand correction, I select a top ring, and what I'm going to add. So you have to make sure that here it is in the link. At first, I'll add the top. I'll tick it. What another issues I want to see it? I want to see pave. Select the ticket. What another issue I want to see? Actually, I want to see baseline, base 2. But in order to understand well this, base 1, base 2, base 3, one of the things you have to know exactly what's your what's your assembly contain. So I want to cancel this first. After cancel this, I just want come back to see my assembly, to see which layer it is in the assembly. Go to the sub-assembly properties, parameters. I can expand it. So it contains pave 1 and base 1, base 2, base 3, and sub base 1. So you have to note it is pave 1, base 1, base 2, base 3, and sub base 1. Sub base 1. So after note my layer, I will close this. Then I go back to the corridor. I select corridor, right click again, go to the corridor properties to see if my surface it is still, but it was not still. So I create again top. Now I can name as a top dead corridor. It is a top, so I select the top ring. So from here I'll add a top, tick. I'm going to add pave 1, tick. I'm going to add base 1, tick. I'm going to add base 2, tick. I'm going to add base 3, tick. I'm going to add also sub base 1, tick. Again, I'm going to add daylight. Then I tick. After that, I'm going to add another corridor, which I will name it as a datum. Dead corridor. Here it is I select the bottom link because datum is a bottom. So I come here to the sublink. At first I add datum. You find your datum is, it is, so it is here. I add it. I take what another issue I want to see there in the bottom. You can left as it is, or if you want to add also pavement layer in the datum, you can add whatever. But here in the datum, the only datum is required in a daylight. You can add a daylight, but for more additions, you can add more. Maybe you can add pave if you wish, but it has not much function. You can add base one if you wish, but there's not much function in the calculation of datum. But we can add sub base one. Okay, after doing this, we shift to the boundary. Here we select the top, dead corridor, right click, add the boundary. So my boundary, I select to go corridor extent as outer boundary. You can select any boundary you want here, and if you have the polygon also, you can select. Next time we will learn how to use other option, but for today you have to use the first option, corridor extent at the outer boundary. And here you can say corridor extent as outer boundary. Then you can apply, give the corridor. Okay, but next time we will learn how to remove this error. Okay, so if you select your corridor, right click, go to the corridor properties, you will find now it is added, and that error is now there is no warning here after generate our corridor. But if you find it, you will find it, it is still there, surface, datum and bottom surface. You can say apply. Okay, that's how we create top and datum corridor for computation of the cut and fill and the pavement layer. Next session we learn how to compute cut and fill and the pavement layer. Thank you, until next time.